I always say, where am I going? All it takes is a little carelessness in caring for the bond, right? And we can, yes, lose love and enter into a field of hatred, of dispute, but safeguarding the situations that are exceptions, because in the vast majority, what we find are fathers and mothers wanting the best for their children. If we, who are marked by original sin, are capable of wanting the good, much more so God, who is pure love. So, when we mistakenly attribute human misfortunes to God, without realizing that we do so, we are denying his essence. No, God does not want human misfortune. But you might ask, but then why does evil happen? Because we promote it. Because we are not capable of stopping it. In the same way that you are capable of promoting good. And are you capable of that? Are you capable of promoting evil? That all of us, no matter how holy we are, if we are not careless, if we are careless, if we do not pay attention to our intentions, we are, yes, capable of promoting evil. That is why, my people, it requires a lot of honesty, spiritual, intellectual, so that we can deeply probe our intentions. And it is not without reason that spiritual evolution, the development of spiritual life, goes through self-knowledge and the ability that we have to recognize what is still flawed in us. Not that you'll get rid of it throughout your life, no, but you can minimize it as God grows in us, that we evolve spiritually. Kindness takes over, and we become good naturally. So it's interesting to notice that when you meet a person, it's a spiritual search, honest, a well-lived religiosity, without hypocrisy. Because sometimes religion hides a lot of hypocrisy, right? It's permeated by a lot of hypocrisy. But when we are honest in our religious experience, and this religious experience becomes spiritual life, the first thing we notice is that you stop needing evil. Because sometimes evil is a necessity in us. Because we have it. Who do we want to take revenge on? About those who hurt us. We feel the need to speak badly out of envy, out of spite. Just this week, I was talking to a friend, and I said to her, look, as long as you feel the need to retaliate against the evil, what did that person do to you? Aren't you healed? When will you feel healed? When you become indifferent to that person. They hurt you. You needed to remove them from your life. Because sometimes they are important. There are people who you come to the conclusion that they can no longer be part of your intimacy. Don't they? Isn't it good for you? It's not good for them to be around. So it's not a problem for you. For the sake of spiritual and intellectual honesty, remove that person from your life. Isn't it that you will stop liking them? It's not that you're going to wish evil, no. But when are you going to feel healed in relation to that person you distance yourself from? When you no longer have a need to speak badly of them. As long as you have the urge to speak badly of that person, it's because they're still bothering you. Are you not healed enough to remain indifferent? What did that person do to you? I have a grace that I thank God for every day. I don't hold a grudge. I'm determined. It's different. For example, if I arrive, good evening, Christian. Thank you, my brother, for being here. Once again, you just arrived from Dubai on a vacation. I wish I had the vacation that Christian has. People, what a good life you have, my love. Do you and your wife live well? What was I saying? That's not it. I have that advantage. Let's say I had a disagreement with Christian in the past. About 23 years later, if someone asked me, I wouldn't know what the reason for the disagreement was. I don't know if it's also because I live intensely and I have many experiences every day, right? I meet a lot of people. I fly to many places. I sleep in a different place every day. My routine is very dynamic. I don't know if that contributes, but I don't find it easy to keep the bad things that the other person did to me. I even know that we had an understanding. In this case, we didn't, right? If we had, I would remember that we had a disagreement in the past. But I don't remember the reason. Of course, there are relationships that were more painful. You will know exactly what happened. But why don't you need to stay there, remembering it? Memory will forget the reason for the disagreement. So, keeping the person at a distance and no longer remembering what they did is absolutely healthy for our spiritual life. Living under the influence of grace is what Augustine said, that even for me to feel sorry for a sin, I need to be under the influence of grace. That's what he's talking about. The Holy Spirit will guide us. It will purify our humanity. So I understand that God is not capable of wanting evil, and I'm also not capable of wanting evil. I evolve, because it's interesting, my people. Sometimes we want to be Christian and continue with our hatred and resentment, as it has always been. Can't we? Conversion will precisely change what is most difficult in us, and we don't change it alone. If I believe that I am capable of forgiving someone on my own, I am trying to understand some important Christian heresies, so that we can understand the true meaning of God's grace. Pelagius, for example, was a man who believed that he, on his own, with his own resources, with his own strength, would be able to save himself with the good that he did. But Pelagius disregarded the fact that in order to do good, he already needs to have God's grace acting in his heart. Otherwise, he is not capable of doing it. I, on my own, do you know what charity I am capable of doing without God's help? The charity that I will later want recognition for? As is fashionable today, a person will do good for someone and have 34 people filming it. That's what we do. We have become today. You can observe society, which films everything. Everything is being filmed. I have already talked about this here. It is a terrible discomfort. Sometimes I get off a bus. There are 45 with that crumpled face of someone who has traveled. 18 hours I get there. There are 56 people at the hotel door filming you as if you were a monkey. Willingness? People film the charity they do, and they post it because they believe that good needs to be reported. Did Jesus say, because your right arm does the left, you don't need to know? When you do good with a need to film, post and show to others. Are you doing charity with your resources? When you do charity and you don't need to tell anyone that you did it, are you doing the charity that God moved your heart to do? Do you notice the difference? When I do good only with human resources, I need to publish and have recognition from others. And if I don't have the resources from others, I get frustrated. I'll be checking all the time how many views my charity generated, how much engagement my kindness generated, and how many positive comments my gesture of love. It awakened. I'm reaping the human resource. Now, when I don't need to tell what I did, when I don't need to post, then yes, I'm reaping the spiritual good of that. I'm growing as a person. And today, the discourse that justifies the excessive publication of charity, including exposing in a very cruel way the poor who receive it, it is up to us to show that good is happening. I really disagree. From a Christian point of view, this is not justified. Good will have repercussions on its own. I do not need to advertise goodness. Goodness, wherever it happens, it generates propaganda, but it is not up to me to advertise the good that I do, the charity that I perform. If I show the charity that I am doing, in some way I am exposing myself, fragile from a spiritual point of view, because I need that. Just yesterday, Gilberto from the Work of Mary contacted me and said, we are going through a very difficult time in Africa. Those of you who follow Canção Nova may have known that Etio, Luzia, and Gilberto spent 15 days traveling through Africa, the poorest regions of Africa, Mozambique, Cape Verde, Angola, and other smaller countries around there. We are tired of saying that the pilgrimages we carry out ought to help the work of Mary and Canção Nova in Africa. My main social work is to help the work of Mary, to support these works in Africa. I would like to do much more, but I know that the pilgrimages generate good resources for the maintenance of Africa. We have never had the courage to post this. Of course, when the pilgrim comes, I tell him, you are helping, aren't I? Those who travel are helping us. I just give my time. I just give my work. Then Gilberto said, Father Fabio, the situation there is bad. Are we going hungry again? In the places we help, we find people in situations of absolute vulnerability because they're going hungry. Then it is time for us to do what? Publicize the need. Can you know about this? You who have a full table there, who can perhaps contribute 2 BRL per month, 5 BRL per month, 10 BRL per month. I don't know what your possibilities are, because to God it doesn't matter. Whether it's 10 cents or 1 million reais, it doesn't matter. Or do you think that God keeps counting all the things we give? God will know if it is what you gave, is what you can actually give. We need to publicize the need for good. That is what is Christian. You use your visibility, since in these times there is so much futility being shown. It's impressive how our influencers today gain millions of followers per month selling these games. It's absurd that the USA is in debt and has come to the conclusion that people who receive the scholarship, Bolsa Familia, is spending on gambling because they believe that they will multiply that amount to improve their lives. Influencers, people supported by you, who gain an audience with your click. Why are we like this? We are feudal in giving space to feudal people who get frighteningly rich by publicizing crime. Is it crime? Exposing a vulnerable person? There's a game that can be taken from them. What they don't have is, at the very least, unethical. There is, but it is allowed. But not everything that is allowed is good for us. We are in the era of influencers. What do they influence? Positively, negatively. This week I made a post. If you even want to follow me on Instagram, can you put here? Be it in the caption, P. Fabio de Mello with him. But many people follow fake profiles. This is my official one. P. Fabio de Mello with him only on Instagram. I posted there, what world do you live in? The world is feudal, very feudal. But do you know why it's feudal? Because we're allowing it to get inside us. Then we realize it's feudal. But there are a lot of good things happening. And there are a lot of interesting people talking. There are a lot of interesting people giving lectures on the internet. There are a lot of interesting people making pertinent reflections, raising serious questions. But we don't follow these people. We follow that influencer who comes with makeup on top, combing her hair, who shows all the trips she takes, who tells lies all the time to seem interesting, because we know what kind of social network is that. It's a veneer that's constantly being put on. And then we follow these people, we engage them, giving them engagement, I'm there for them, when in fact, we don't even see what could actually add to our lives, because the algorithm won't give you what you're not looking for. If you let me post it so you can see it, or put it so you can see it. I'm not saying you can't see this, my friends. A makeup tutorial, that's it. What I'm saying is that our life can't be just this. We need to qualify what we see. I said in the post that the world is the one you see, the one you choose to feel, the one you choose to hear, the one you choose to pay attention to. There are many good things happening. Do you pay attention? Of course. Most people don't, because we are paying attention to the feudal influencers dancing their idiotic dances. Because it's impressive how this has taken over us today. It's impressive how people are subjecting themselves to living a degrading process that is indeed infantilizing. Or what do you think social media is promoting? Most of the time, it promotes the eternal infantilization of your children because they spend all day learning the latest TikTok dance. Yes, that's what the world has become. Unfortunately, that's what the world is becoming. Because futility arrives, we give it visibility, it grows. Is that how social media works? If you have the habit of going to a Catholic profile that you like every single day to see what happened there, the algorithm will deliver it to you. If you view the latest videos, the latest posts from a Christian profile, of course the algorithm will understand that that subject interests you. Now, if you're going to see futility all the time, the algorithm won't deliver anything else to you. In fact, it's a good way for you to think. What world are you living in? You just have to pay attention to what the algorithm is delivering. Because the algorithm, people on social media, has intelligence. It listens to what you say. It even gives us the impression that it listens to what you say, that we think he will give you what he knows you're looking for. So be careful. What are you looking for? It is a world in which you are living. What you search for today on your social networks is a world in which you chose to live. Choose a better world. Choose a world that elevates your heart. Choose a world that elevates your soul. You deserve it. If you saw bad news all day, of course you will sleep badly. If you saw war news all day, of course you will sleep badly. Now, if you sought spirituality, if you sought funny things, good humor, if you sought beautiful things, people singing beautifully, it is full. Social networks are full of people singing beautifully. Go Marina's profile. There's a girl I introduced. When I discovered her profile, she had 30 and a few thousand followers. Today I have the grace to say that she is almost 2 million. That is, she doesn't have 2 million. What did I introduce Marina to? No, man. If overnight she gained 200,000 followers and it kept growing, 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 it's wonderful. I saw that girl singing. I don't know, one needs that. There's so many beautiful people doing beautiful things on social media. I'm not talking about beautiful people physically, beautiful in soul. It's beauty that interests us. Seek good things, seek to live. Beauty that interests us. Seek good things, seek to live. Now, if you sought spirituality, if you sought funny things, well, is that how social media works? If you have the habit of going to a Catholic profile that you like every single day to see what happened there, the algorithm will deliver it to you. If you see the latest videos, the latest posts from a Christian profile, of course the algorithm will understand that that subject interests you. Now, if you are going to see frivolity all the time, the algorithm will not deliver anything else to you. In fact, it is a good way for you to think. In what world are you living? You just have to pay attention to what the algorithm is delivering. Because the algorithm, people on social media, is intelligent. It listens to what you say. It even gives us the impression that it listens to what we think. It will deliver to you what it knows you are looking for. So be careful. What are you looking for? It is a world in which you are living. What you search for on your social media today is a world in which you chose to live. Choose a world better. Choose a world that elevates your heart. Choose a world that elevates your soul. You deserve it. If you watch bad news all day, of course you will sleep badly. If you watch war news all day, of course you will sleep badly now. If you sought spirituality, if you sought funny things, good humor, if you sought beautiful things, people singing beautifully are full. Social networks are full of people singing beautifully. Go to Marina's profile. There's a girl I introduced. When I discovered her profile, she had 30 and a few 1,000 followers. Today I have the grace to say that she is almost 2 million. That is, she doesn't have 2 million because I introduced Marina in a post overnight. She gained 200,000 followers and it kept growing, growing, growing. It's wonderful. I saw that girl singing. Your soul needs this. There's so many beautiful people doing beautiful things on social media. I'm talking about beautiful people physically, not beautiful in soul. It's beauty that interests us. Seek good things. Seek to live in a better world. You deserve it. May the rest of this be blessed by the protection of heaven, He who is the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. See you next week, God willing.